one. Hope it's all right now. It's trying to go. Thought Riverside was messing up already. Yeah, there we go. We're live on YouTube as well. Let me just delete the old live stream. Out with the old and in with the new, shall we say. It is the New Year's, after all. So yeah, welcome everyone to the very first live stream of the new year of 2026. Well, the Gregorian 2026, that is. Who knows what year it actually is. Depends on when you start counting, I guess. Yeah, but welcome everyone to your regularly scheduled Saturday programming. Here once again with the bare-chested runic genius himself, Mr. Zerlath, Eternal Zerlath shreds. The shredding he does.
Oh yeah. I really need you guys to go check out the fucking new drop I did on my music channel at Zerlath Shreds here on YouTube. Tremors of the Underking. It's about 4 minutes long, and it's I grabbed a drum. The link to the drums that I borrowed should be in the description. And it's pretty gnarly. It's pretty gnarly, and
Yeah.
The biggest thing I like about it is that it's a real demonstration of how much I've been capable of cleaning up my playing since the chiropractor fixed my back, and so I'm finally going to get eventually to that place I'm looking for, because I didn't I'll admit some of these solos that come out of these little sessions are kind of a best shot situation, because there'd be a certain kind of stiffness that was more present that I couldn't overcome. Practice was not doing it. It was something physiological, and it took me a long time to realize that as I was trying to up my playing game on guitar from the years I just did on bass. And I think I ended up on bass and being unhappy as a bassist, although happy just doing music. So there I am on bass, at least. Right?
It's something.
That was always my attitude, because at least I was like with an actual independent band doing its thing in fucking New York City. Who could ask for anything fucking more, right? Granted, the band was in New York City. I was not. But that was all the other problems, not just what was going on with my back, that I had been avoiding my whole life and pretending that I could succeed and not work on myself. So yeah.
Well, I have listened to it, of course, and it's good shit, man. It's really cool.
Thank you.
You know your instruments.
Yeah. And it's great that I know how to do just enough video editing to throw something cool together. Because I finished watching that, said like, I could probably spend another week making micro choices to how I cut this, but this is a quick cut. All right. So I cut all this fucking kaiju battle shit together from movies and one AI short film that I found.
How dare you?
I know. I couldn't help it. It Unkelog the Black, devastating Middle Earth. I was in love with every fucking shot. I couldn't help myself. They made him look fucking boss, and he's the biggest of Tolkien's dragons. So, and there's a voiceover. I've been busy. I didn't even fucking go back to listen to it. Like, I ripped it before I listened to the whole thing, because I poked around and I said, I want that 3 seconds there. I want that 10 seconds there. I was way too busy because I knew this thing was going to take me like more time than I wanted just to get my song up there with a visual, because I can't just throw it up there lazily every fucking time. I'll never get around to re-uploading with the good shit because the song will be up by that point. And I got to do like read the Talmud, which has been my new endeavor.
I've noticed, yes, slowly but surely making your way through all the big books.
All the big books. This is, because if I've learned anything through the general sense of my studies, especially when I pay attention to when Michael Tsarion talks, is that when someone is citing a particular book, has particular context to clarify what you're looking for in a mystery or a history, you typically want to put that on your fucking list. And you're going to have to fucking expand your brain foam because there's going to be a lot of words and terms you don't know. And it's fascinating to let all that unfold, right? Like like the big term that I discovered last night was that there's an actual name for the collection of works that they have pieced together the Babylonian Talmud, which is the Talmud in question that everybody says that the large sway of Jewish diaspora do. Now, what they didn't say is that there are 3 or 4 versions of the Talmud, the Babylonian one being the big one. And it was basically made in a very Council of Nicaea kind of thing with like the most expert of the rabbis and things like that. And it's their word. It's all this stuff, and none of it has gotten into any of the most horrifying of things yet. But there's even I've only in the introduction. I'll be doing chapter 1 maybe tonight, and it says that like one of the rabbis, when he wrote this Talmud, he used Numbers 32 as his reference point for the particularities on the Sabbath of why the Jew is not to like hold like certain kinds of items in their hands. And in Numbers 32, it alleges that in the time of the Exodus, Moses saw one of the wanderers of his tribe or something lifting a stick in the air. And this was so wrong because it was the Sabbath that he ordered everybody to stone him.
Wow, okay.
Yes. This was the arbitrary pretext of something that I didn't check if that is said to have happened in Exodus, but the guy was looking at Numbers, which Numbers said that Moses did it in the time that the book of Exodus was happening. So,
right.
Did somebody just make it up from somebody who made it up?
That wouldn't surprise me.
And we expect to take these scriptures literally. This is part of the fallibility, the horrible fallibility of the people of the books.
I mean, that's basically that's a lot of, the religious texts, at least the biblical religious texts. It's this person said that Jesus did this.
Right. It's the derivative, right? And it's quite something that they have held on to. I know that the rabbis allegedly have held on to something, right? And it's the question of who is in the true esoteric versus the assumed esoteric amongst those rabbis. Who understands where their Babylonian Talmud goes all the way back to. And, you know, why do they have to make it the Babylon? Why do they call it that, right? But yeah, but there's a word for that collection of Jewish works. It's like the Mishnayaru or something like that, right? So it's got a word. It's got a name that you can actually like look into. It's the sources that the Talmud is based on. So that gives you an ability to peek back into a more prime layer. You get to go back in time to an argument before an argument that was settled and became the new ontology took place. This is the This is the significance of learning these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be your tactical ammunition when you're shit posting on the internet and trying to break an argument.
Yep. Well, we have Logan in the chat. What up, dude? Happy New Year.
Howdy,
Happy
howdy.
New Gregorian year. It's been a while since we spoke. So how are you doing? Are you up for a New Year's read, if you will?
Yes, yes. Let's be the first guy. Do you want to be the first guy? You have to give me confirmation because I don't know you, right? I got we got the regulars that pop in and they'll let me know if they don't want one, but I'm not sure about you yet. I don't know you by name yet, or by little, what is that, Yu-Gi-Oh?
And bro, Logan, thank you so much for the $5 super chats. It is very much appreciated.
Yes, indeed. And if you're throwing money around sometime after this freebie, you know, it's only $90 for half an hour if you don't want to go for a whole hour with me. But you know, people are always satisfied. They know what they're getting. And yes, all right, bro. Let's do. Alrighty. All right, 39. Wow, now this is something. Limping.
Oh, haven't we had that one before yet?
Fruitful in the west and south. Not fruitful in the east and north. Fruitful to see, great people, constancy, good fortune. Take a step back from the struggle and connect with people more than ideals. Seeing helpful people keeps you traveling towards your long-term vision despite the obstacles and course corrections. Someone with experience and wisdom might reorient you, or you may be guided by an inner vision or visitation. Where can you find help? How could you see the obstacles differently? Can you imagine going a different way? Right, so there's kind of like... Yeah. It's kind of like, I kind of get like that chironic vibe. You know, the wounded warrior, you know, he's taking a particular path home. That kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm vibing with. I would lean into your Chiron in your astrology if you're astrologically wise. Okay, is this just one or did I grab two? Nope, that's just one. Ah. And it's the bat again. He likes to pop up. Yep. So the elder bat to trust your senses. They operate with the echolocation. So, you know, if you understand the subtleties of how you interact with others, understand that every choice you make as a projection towards another, because you are trying to convey information, whether through normal kind of communication, perhaps the addition to the hands, like us Italians, we talk with our hands, so on and so forth. Right? And see what you get response back. It's like sonar, you know, you watch like those submarine stories and they're pinging each other and they're you know, like Hunt for Red October. Great example of like using sonar to feel each other out. Anyway. So yeah, so use your echolocation because this is not a matter that is plain to the naked eye in any sense. Okay, you got in your focus position Ace of Vessels, Water of Life. So, you're in a new emotional state. Iwaj off the bat here. You're in a new emotional state, and you're still in transition. We have Two of Stones challenge here. So you stepped up to the task at hand. But Ansuz, you didn't fully understand the terms of the challenge. You screwed yourself over because you didn't read the rules of the game as you thought, right? Like Jake Paul, he doesn't understand why the dude went off the script. Well, it's because he wanted to win, and you didn't join pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Right? This is the whole bit. Just like I can't believe that the boxing league didn't say anything about the fact that he's prattling on about the contract and to predetermine the outcome. They're not saying a goddamn word about it. I mean, it's fine. Like, just like own it, I guess. I mean, like they didn't. I suppose technically the WWE didn't for forever either. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they think they're doing.
It's the other Paul brother that's in the WWE.
Is he? He's in the WWE, the brother?
Yeah, it's Logan Paul, actually.
Jake Paul and Logan. Okay.
No, wait, is it
One of
Jake
them,
is the boxer, right?
I think, yeah, Jake's the one I think that got just his jaw broken just.
Yeah. No, Logan Paul is actually a WWE superstar.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
doing pretty well for himself, actually.
Well, I mean, yeah, typically if you both are talented and you get along with people in the locker room and you're willing to suck Vince's dick, you'll do great in the company.
Well, not Vince anymore. He's out. He's been out for a while. It's
I didn't
Triple
want to
H.
fill your head with some of the other visuals.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, actually, I suppose it's Triple H and Steph now, and that's
Yeah,
honestly,
mostly.
I guess that's pretty fucking sexy.
I mean, Stephanie McMahon.
Right.
Ooh.
I mean, not that I want to be sucking Hunter's dick, but
No,
it's
no,
just
but
like, I mean,
and,
I only
and
shook his hand once. It did nothing for me.
no,
Anyway, Queen of okay, you got Queen of Stones in your excuse me, in your present here, right? So what's his worth to you, right? Oh, well, you know, now your material circumstances are quite in disorder. Quite in disorder. Stubbornly doesn't want to move. Uh, and we have Elhaj reversed. Um, well, something's kind of you're kind of being what is it? You've got like this you've got like one of those voices in your head. And it may be someone's voice and that's a person in the house. But the point is you've got a voice in your head that's got something to do with a triggering of like you're trying to straighten shit out and then you let something boss you around and stop you. You let a whole event like like one of those things where you feel obligated to stop because a particular person in your life and there's something unconscious going on that is attracting these things that are keeping you from taking this situation and sorting it the fuck out, right? So you have to set up your I am mental attitude. You need to put some determinative will into things instead of just bending the knee every time somebody like if you have to let someone know preemptively like hey listen I got to get a thing done and if you ask me for something like seriously no I can't I got to get this effing done right if it has to be preemptive then make it preemptive but when you do it when you finally like say you want to do it start doing it and don't let something initiate that problem. Don't let a fucking phone call interrupt you. Whoever's knocking at the door, perhaps even they could wait. But you gotta stop letting these forces being compelled by almost an unconscious curse happen because of a life of thinking about certain social obligations. The seer reversed. So if this problem's not fixed, you're going to have trouble navigating your own path forward. The future is going to be mystified from you. You'll have no sense of what it looks like, right? And Nauthies, it'll put you under tremendous pressure to find something radically different. But if you do what's necessary now, You can find out what you missed when you failed with the challenge and are in this strange state of affairs where things are preventing you from straightening stuff out in your life. All right. That's the read. Blind. What we got here? I think I solved goodness in life or whatever. Realize I can do things, do them, have little goals, and just advance. I think I solved goodness in life or whatever. Realize I can do things, do them, have little goals, and just advance. Okay, sure. So, how did you solve goodness in life or whatever? What things do you do now? Give me some examples of that. Elaborate on that for me, because I feel like you struggled to say it more clearly. Because I'd like to, unless that's private and that's why you struggled to say it. Because I'm not asking you to divulge privacy. It's none of my business unless you trust me to help you.
Tell us your deepest, darkest secrets.
Yes, and your social security number.
Yes, and the last three numbers of your last three digits of your credit card. That's supposed to be English. Okay, well, could have fooled me.
I speak English. Yes, yes. At what reading level?
Hey, be nice.
I know plenty of Americans that speak at a lower English level than Stein. Okay, it's sad.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's very sad.
So he has
Okay, high wizard thinking. Right. Well,
responding in a very Logan-like way.
sure. Okay. Yeah. Well, probably coming from, if you've got a wizard mind, if you're on the eccentricities like mine, because this reflects a little bit of my own. It's just like people have seen plenty of times. I go live and I shamefully am on camera and my underwear is somewhere in the background on the floor. Right? But nobody cares because I'm pretty fucking cool. And I'll actually curse you out. And so, people don't last very long when the content creator doesn't care about putting up a kindly front and being emotionally dishonest because you're insulting him. So anyway, my point is that work on more grounded, because remember that this is a kind of like Loki tricked you about a challenge in the material world. This is the stones. This is the pentacles in the lower arcana, this challenge card, okay? And then you've got your queen of stones here in the reverse, right? And that's why it's the matter that it is. So you got to go back to your whole education on the challenge at hand that you know that it is, and then you have to approach it from a more grounded perspective. Maybe be more science than art, because magic is an art and science, right? Mm-hmm. But forget the science side of it, because that's why people are just into Kabbalah, because the science doesn't matter so much. It's just like, here's your handbook, so you don't have to take any left brain responsibility for the intention of your will. Here, like, just see that structure? The book says that structure does that magical thing. And don't question it. The magic is settled.
I know two guys who would definitely disagree with that. Both Matt and Jin the Ninja would absolutely disagree with that.
Sure. I've had plenty of I love Jin, and I know that he loves the incorporation of the Kabbalah, and many people do, and you have to ask yourself, why is everything in one fashioned particular form, and there's never an interest in the baseline metaphysics, right? Are you bedazzled by the history and the mystery and the lore of Kabbalah? That's fine. That's great. There's something to learn from all these things. But what is your left brain doing with the mechanical, and asking what the relationship to that mechanical influence? And that's not to say that you can't do evil with something like the Keylontic science, which I think is the proper universal system. Not modern Keylontic science, but the fundamentals built on a higher mythological understanding that informs the magical field, as well as a higher relationship with yourself than even what, people doing thelemic discovery of themselves are getting out of it. I know these are bold and audacious claims, but my life is working pretty well, with the exception of my own struggles with the material, because I also have my own struggles, in the material accomplishments. But I can't be too hard on myself, because I'm an extraordinarily late bloomer, hoping that younger people can listen before they wasted as many years of their life as I did.
I mean, they're not wasted if you have learned from them. If you've taken lessons from them, then they're not necessarily wasted.
Well, listen, yes, we're all grateful to be in situations, but it ends up hurting a lot more when you've wasted it and also have burned through a lot of loss at the same time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
When you've burned through a whole lot of loss that, looking back at it was so completely unnecessary, but nobody understood you at the time, because you were ignorant about many things while holding on to something else, and everyone taking you the wrong way because you held on to something that they didn't understand, and you didn't even realize that somebody was speaking ill of.
Yeah, okay.
This is a strange thing that people quietly don't realize happens to them. But I eventually realized that it was something. And when I did, I didn't know what it was still, but I started yelling about it. I've still been yelling about it ever since. Let me give our man here a bonus pull.
All right.
Well, here's the 10 of Stones, another stone card. Home. Right? Which makes sense. A lot of this is just reinforcement of the home atmosphere and being in control of your home, which is very much what that Queen of Stone energy is for. And Degas, you need to really put yourself into the command of your home in a day. Like, this day is my day for my home. All right. So that's your read. Let's get your whisper in the wood. Interesting. Humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. That's an interesting subtext for humility. Um, right. I guess it's like it's pretty much a don't compare yourself to others message. It's very interesting. I have to reflect on what precisely they mean by that as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's simple enough to understand, but then when you're trying to ask yourself what that has to do with humility, I suppose it would be because flowers are the opposite of vanity or something. I
Flowers
mean,
are the.
I
Hmm.
mean, also, I mean, like, like flowers. I mean, flowers are kind of communist because, like, they're all, like, I've worked. I take my nature walks. I go out. I've been to the florist or whatever, and it's just like they all look this. A lot of flowers of a species look exactly the same, right? And like you go out in the woods and you come across a bed of like any kind of like plant cropping up, they're with the exception of their growth size, they're all going to be the exact same thing. Like my backyard and fucking dandelions in the spring, for instance, right? Ass loads of dandelions in the spring in my backyard, and every dandelion looks exactly the fucking same, pretty much. I mean, like, and by pretty much, I mean you'd have to be like zooming in and being like, no, 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 see, it ripples this way and it ripples that way on that side on that other one, and it's just like it doesn't matter. It's the same ripplage, right? They're all exactly the same, and in that regard. So that's communism, the sameness of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 and it's something that ugly people appreciate.
We've seen that over the years. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
It's
I
truly.
promise you, the ugliest women in radical Islam are the happiest in radical Islam because they get to cover up the most gorgeous women.
Oh. Yeah, man.
Yeah, like women are different all around the world, but there's a certain baseline of how women are, right? Because you take
Mm-hmm.
but you take anybody from anywhere around the world, you place them outside of their fucking people and see how they act over the course of like 9 months or something like that. And how many American habits do they pick up? Right? Now that they don't have social pressure to be doing all of these to have this cultural identity aspect to what's going on with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It could be as simple as you're allowing some group of friends to be like, dude, come on, it's that day of the week where we do the thing. What do you mean you're home cleaning your house? right? It's kind of like that argument.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to ponder on that for a bit.
He's saying here that, hey, I thought the word pull that, and he pulled it right then. Whoa. So so that must be a psychic validation on his end, because you're saying
Mm-hmm.
you were thinking of humility, and then I pulled a card for humility, which I knew there was a humility card in the deck. It's been pulled before.
I mean, yeah, it's just being very much in sync. Very much the energies are aligned.
Aye.
I've had that once or twice. I've had that recently, actually, with the wife. She pulled the number 23 card. That's the two of cups. I believe that's the two of cups.
The number 23 card.
Yeah, from the just basic tarot deck. Um,
The Two of Cups is minor arcana, so I don't think 23, I don't know. 23
wait.
card, because it's the Two of Cups. Do you mean in a standard bicycle deck, and it would be the 23rd card in the way they order the bicycle deck cards, like 52? So the
Now I'm. Never mind. I thought of. Yeah, because she pulls 76 cards, I believe.
She does, sure. Well, she must have a deck that numbers the lower arcana if it's a regular tarot deck. So I'd like to know.
She's got so many decks.
I'd like to know where that comes from. I never came across a tarot discussion that mentioned that there was a number for each, because if it's the 23 card, it sounds like to me that's because it would be the suit of cups would be the first suit you would count after the major arcana, is what makes sense to me, because you would be at card 21, the world, then it would be 22 would be the ace of cups, and then 23 would be the two of cups. That's what would make sense to me.
I'll have to ask her about it, and I mean you can contact her as well if you're
Yeah,
curious about those
I
about the
will.
cards.
Yeah, I'll have my whole private correspondence, and it'll be fine. There'll be no dick pics, I promise you.
I mean, she'll tell me anyway. You know, we'll just
Right. I mean, she might see my shillelagh, but that's a whole other conversation.
Is that another euphemism?
No. All right, all right. Enough. I shall behave.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
I mean-
yeah, wow. Okay, all of this has been yeah. So that's Logan,
Yeah.
and it's only been Logan. So is anybody else lurking in the chat rooms and wants to get a reading?
Yeah. Come on in, folk. We don't bite.
All right.
Unless, you know, that's your thing. Then sure, you know, we'll bite.
All right. We'll give it a minute, and then I'm going to assume that there isn't. And if there isn't, I think it'd be appropriate to do a New Year's read, just a general read of wisdom for the new year. I think
Mm-hmm.
would work out real nice today.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Oh, I have an update for me too. You do? An update for me? Is it an update in money? I love money. Money's the thing I can possibly ask for right now. But anyway,
Money is the root of all evil, and Zaralath is Satan himself.
ha. I can have a chuckle at that. Not as hard a chuckle as the communists do, but I'll chuckle at that.
But yeah, if you do like these readings, you know, help a poor wizard be a little less poor, and get yourself a personal
Yeah.
reading from Zaralath at yahoo.com, and he'll read your signs, he'll read your stars, he'll read the cards, the runes, he'll I don't know. I haven't putting the massive how I perceive existence into actual art form.
I haven't put
Oh,
it on that.
yeah, no, he's always been.
I have not been putting. You should have used the word "been" in there. That's okay. I haven't been putting the massive how I perceive existence into actual art. That's how I think.
Yeah, no, he's always been
in there, and then you punctuate it a little bit, and it sounds. I'll reel it back.
No, I know what he means. He's always been one to do like week-long live streams and rituals, and putting his thoughts into
Right.
music and all kinds of things.
We do create how we perceive existence. If you haven't listened to me reading Martin Heidegger's Being and Time, I get right into that in the psychological aspect of it, and I apply my knowledge that I've gained through the occult and doing magic in my own right to my understanding of it at the time, and it continues to prove to be a very, very helpful secular framework for explaining certain phenomenon of subjective experience. But it was a anime manga, basically. I'm putting everything that I think about into like artistic form. Interesting. Okay, you want to create an anime or manga as your art.
Well,
right.
I mean, what he does is he takes from a lot of different sources. You know, I know how he does things. I'm not gonna say that I understand it, but I know how he does it. And he takes from like so many different sources and then puts it together, makes it his own. You know, something that resonates with him, something that better expresses how he feels or how he sees the world than he can do himself. Like he's more of a technomancer. So he takes like all kinds of technology, all kinds of video, audio, music, throws it together, throws it in the mix, puts his own spin on it, his own touch, and then throws it out into the world for everyone to see. Oh,
yeah,
text to speech. Text to speech fucking sucks.
Yeah, text to speech is that's it can work. You have to like you have to double check what it's saying, and you have to think about like are you like text to speech may have trouble with the context of a triple quadruple entendres and such, right? It may not understand which particular way you were saying night, or it hears something wrong for some reason and it doesn't get the word night out of it. and you have to correct it. Um, you know, uh, uh, but hey, look, I use text to speech often enough while driving. I just have to remember to turn down the volume in the car, otherwise, because it's on speakerphone, it'll pick up what the guy said, and then the first word or two of what he said goes into what I was about to comment, and then it makes the comment sound strange. That kind of thing.
Happy New Year, Susie. Good to hear that your cat is doing a lot better. Um, that's great.
Yeah.
Always happy to hear that, because I know it was a whole debacle.
Well, because Susie made it before I started, we're going to do a read for Susie instead.
All right.
This is for you then. This is 41. Decreasing. There is truth and confidence from the source. Good fortune, not a mistake. There can be constancy. Fruitful to have a direction to go. 2 simple baskets may be used for the offering. The early Chinese character for decreasing shows a hand with a vessel. Pour out what you have in offering, however small. When you focus your faith on something higher than everyday life, it opens the flow of good fortune, and your life becomes lighter and simpler. Trust your insight and preserve and persevere in your chosen direction. Right? Like text to speech. I could say persevere and it might hear preserve. Right? You can easily miss that, especially if I am not as sharp going from one tone to another. Right? It's not great for people with speech impediments. Why do you want to make such an offering? How much is truly asked of you? All right, you got 21, the Elder Hawk. And the Elder Hawk is about being more present, which a hawk is present because that's they're hunting. So and by hunting it means they're paying attention to things. Right? So they're aware, and their awareness is not just for safety, but it is also for pursuit.
Yeah, that would come in handy.
All right. You have 9 of vessels reversed. Generosity. So your circumstances right now have put you in a more lacking position, and you don't have the ability to give as your heart would desire at the moment. And this is a kind of a usually it's not like that for you. Usually you're in a pretty good position for generosity. Now you got Ingvaj here, right? So you're in a need to be present while you are in this process of going through a decreasing. So already it's lining itself up into a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 of bows, fulfillment. Three of bows, fulfillment. So So you you did something that well, yeah, you did something that was satisfying, right? Um, this is not the kind of fulfillment that you get from like the world card in the major arcana. You know, this is like a minor thing, right? Like, look at me, I built a chair, yay, right? Like, that's the fulfilling feeling of, you know, I did that whole thing. You know, you get the Wunyo energy out of it, right? However, you are fulfilled on something that was the wrong thing to do. That's why you're not in a generous state. So what is this generous state worth to you? So we had another hunter here, the Knight of Bows, reversed, which is represented by the fox. So he's also in the reverse right here. So the generosity is coming from this inability to engage in the hunt. We got Lagus reversed. You're not capable of having a deeper understanding of your pursuits. And Six of Bows reversed. So the abundance reversed, the generosity reversed. So yeah, this is a circumstance that if you don't go back and you correct the fulfilling matter and use that ability to be present to, like, you know, like the hawk and the fox are like a team. The hawk is your airstrike unit, and the fox is your covert infiltration unit, right? And Susie, you know me well enough that I can talk a little bit like I think I'm in SEAL Team fucking 6, and it'll make sense to you. All right. But I've never been in the military or any kind of discipline like that in my life, so who am I to talk, right? I've watched some 80s movies, and I've sparred with a person once or twice. Anyway, you're going to be able to you're going to be able to pursue your prey, if you will, further, because you will because Lagus and Tiwas are the polar opposites of each other. Lagus is the great depths. Tiwas is the great heights.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so your fulfillment didn't go high enough. So thus your pursuits are not going far enough. and that's what's necessary, because the way things are right now on matters existential to what's under your control, there will be decreasing, right? The decreasing is part of a transitional phase. You've got the Ingvaj situation with the generosity, right? It's kind of like market ebb and flow. Values go up and down. Othal. So yeah, you want to be able to preserve the integrity of what the home is. Right? I don't think you have to have a problem in the home just because there is less. Right? Just because there is less doesn't mean you can't be generous. And you can't still have abundance. And that's
And if you're feeling extra generous, why not become a channel member? Why not become a Patreon? Why not just, if you're feeling a little less generous, I'll take a super chat.
You are so shameless. Sorry.
Yes, I am.
Anyway, that's Susie's read. Yeah. And there we go. And so your whisper in the woods is, well, transform.
Oh.
Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Aye. All right. Well, I'm pretty satisfied with today's session. I think we can call it here. I want to get some things taken care of, and I got company coming over in about an hour.
Awesome. Yeah, no, this was good. I should wrap it up too. I need to get some dinner and get prepared for the night shifts. Not too bad though, 10 to 6, so could be worse. Yeah, thank you, Logan, for being so active in chat, and thanks again for the was it $5 super chat? Goes a long way. It is very much appreciated. Have to replay. Hey, they're all available. Although I have put the first 6 months of the live readings, I have put them on membership only. If you want the good stuff, sorry, it's gonna cost you. Don't worry, it is very much appreciated. Of course, any donation, any subscription, whether it be Patreon, channel membership, it is very much appreciated. With that said, also thank you very much to my very first channel member on the Freeman tier, Joshua Matter. I know him from the tribe. He is basically our residential meme lord, if you will. Thank you to Flower Forest for subscribing to the Greyhorn Book Club on Patreon. That's very much appreciated. I recognize the name. Always in the comments whenever I upload something new. Thank you to Brandon from Nutritional, I should say, Diversity, for subscribing to the Freeman tier on Patreon. And thank you to everyone who has been watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, everything that's helps the channel grow, that has made the channel into what it is today. And if you like these readings, if you like these shorter readings and you want to go a bit more in depth, do contact Zaralath at yahoo.com, and he'll pull out all the stops. Can't guarantee that he'll wear a t-shirt, but probably not. But
Oh,
anyway, make sure to.
I always dress like a gentleman on those terms. You're so
Okay.
you're so kind to pay. It's just like I'm being paid. Oh, okay. Are you paying for the shirt off or the shirt on? Because I'm on because you were so kind as to find me worth something.
Like if you're emailing him for a personal reading, like
Right.
specify it in the email whether
Yes.
you want shirt off or
Yes.
shirt on.
It's like a taunt. It's like a taunt. It's like Steve's not civilized. Oh, did you just give me money? Well, perhaps you are civilized because you are a man of business. I shall put the wolf away, and you can talk to the man now. Never underestimate me, bitch.
Ooh, spicy. I mean, wolf. Speaking of wolf, everyone enjoy the wolf moon tonight. And for everyone who may be watching or listening later on, Happy New Year, Happy Gregorian New Year. We will be back next week with all the goodies, all the cards, all the runes, everything. So join us then. If you have, missed the live stream, do watch it again. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna stop talking. I need to eat something, get prepared for work. So thank you all. Until next week. Until next time. Bye bye, everyone.